All right, it's a Saturday special.
Your hands are full. You can't do no 5 and a pies.
I gave you an elbow.
Let's get revved up. Now I'm on. All right, now I'm interested.
What did you accidentally do that? Oh my God, your hair! Look at this little
Already popped
ponytail.
up? Yeah.
No, the little
Isn't it
ponytail.
cute? It's so wee. Like a little piglet. Put this around the balls of your feet. It's still not long enough for legit ponying. There you go.
You could pony it up.
I think we're gonna start every workout with that. that revs the engine.
A wee bit. Skip.
Lower body day. Who's excited? If you're not, get there. Get excited.
I'm excited. I need this.
Gotta wake things up. 10, 9, 8, 7. You might want to use this band or one slightly heavier for what is next. We're gonna go heavier since we got it. You use this. I'll use this. Yeah. So take your band, curl it around your right ankle. So it's still under your left, but it's around the right, and then just do leg curls like that. So you're pushing up and back, up and back. You don't want to go so high that it like slides up your leg. That's unpleasant and unproductive. But this half rep, where you go up and back, it's just going to wake up the hammy and the calf. You should feel some work back yonder. Back yonder.
I can barely do it.
I gave you a exceedingly heavy band for
Okay.
this. I gave you a medium, and it is also, I think that brand, those are a little narrower.
I don't know. It's way heavier. It's
Yeah.
great. But it's like, oh.
Yeah, I want to say the circumference is smaller. The diameter is smaller. The radius is smaller.
Remember when we had to like
Switch.
a whole? Do you remember spending like I don't know, a whole few weeks on those things, circumference,
Yeah.
radius, all that?
Yeah.
Do you know the math equation to figure that out? Do you know why in life you would need them? It's a good thing we worked on that, huh?
I would say yes, because you have to expose that stuff to everybody.
100%.
What did the one day the math teacher was sort of half listening, and the kid goes, "Teacher, why do we need to learn this? Am I ever going to use it?" And he goes, "Well, you won't, but one of the smarter kids might."
That's funny. 2
4.
years of high school.
Yeah.
I had substitute teachers for the entire time for math. I can't imagine why no one
America.
in my class did private school Louisiana.
Actually, one more thing with this. Put this, and that was private, that's right. Put this around your ankles. All right, lateral walks.
Same thing. Freshman year of science, biology, same thing. Actually, I had 2 substitute teachers. One was fired because of questionable relations with a student
Whoopsie daisy.
in my grade.
Wow.
We were freshmen.
You were freshmen, and he was a fresh teacher.
There's that.
Louisiana.
So then, so that was math.
New York has
That
plenty
was
of those stories.
science.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, my religion teacher quit. He was a priest. He quit teaching.
You quit teaching.
Yeah, like after the winter break.
Move this up to your knees now, just above the knee or below the knee, whatever is more comfy.
We-
Just fine.
We held a protest in his class, and
To get it to come back.
no. And actually,
Yeah.
I really liked him. No, I really liked him. He kicked someone out because they had a mohawk. And so unless you can prove that you have Native American ancestry, you're not allowed. And I had really long hair, like down to my waist. And I said, well, I don't have Native American ancestry, so I must have to go too. He's like, you don't have to go, just put your head down. If you don't want to participate, so I put my head down, and then everyone in class with their head down. And we had our own little
Your little mini protest. Look at you.
But then he quit, and he was a really great teacher. He was like a really great. He like made us think, he challenged us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a shame. I would say he was probably my favorite teacher that year, and then he quit, and that really was the thing.
Last one. That's fine. All right. Standing on your right, left hand reaches toward your right, holding on if needed. No added weight at the moment. Oh, one. Two.
What was your high school like?
That a little, I guess, but not. There were no priests.
It was big. A lot of big
Yeah.
stuff. We were tiny.
Yeah, I think there were 230 in our graduating class.
There weren't even 230 in my high school.
Switch, by the way.
There were less than 50 people in my graduating class. So being in the top 10 wasn't that big of an accomplishment. We had 2 valedictorians, co-valedictorians, so they both gave a speech.
Yeah.
And one of them's speeches
2 more.
was really like 2 fingers up to everyone, just said how, like, I won't miss y'all. I hate every one of y'all.
Wow.
I can't wait for, to see how where you don't go.
Ooh.
She was like, it was shocking.
Was she right? Like in retrospect?
I mean,
Take a knee, either sitting on your back foot, or you can point the toe, and then you're just going to do a hip hinge. Just a few of these. Just stick the butt back.
was she right?
Like, what were her gripes? Was it just petty? Like, I mean, she's
Totally. She was like, for some of the things, it was like, really? You're mad at that person? You're mad like them? Really? It was just more of hating everything.
It wasn't like a criticism of the education or something like that. Switch.
No, she was very self-aggrandizing. But I don't know what she went off to become.
Make sure at the top you're squeezing and tucking. Sit back and then squeeze and tuck.
And also, 2 fingers up to all that whole school. We good. She was right in a lot of ways. It wasn't systemic rightness.
Downward dog for a moment.
It's like towards specific other students who had their own stuff too.
Gotcha. So just hang out in your downward dog here for a second. There's no wrong way to do this. You're just hanging out in this V. Let your knees kind of alternate, bending and straightening a little bit. Shift your hips side to side. Stretching the lats. Push your chest toward your knees, and then flatten out the pike a little bit, and then again push through. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds here. A few big breaths. So today, here, let's do 90/90s while we talk about what's going on today.
And not my high school.
So in your 90/90, that's this, where right leg is in front and bent at 90, back leg is bent at 90. If you have to, you can bend it more if you're cramping up, but if you can maintain it, try to put it out there. You should see how that changes things. Like, experiment with that. Like, notice here, it's probably easier. You're able to sit upright. It's a big bend of that knee, but that should feel fine. The farther you straighten it out, it probably kicks you forward like this. So just experiment with that. All right. While we're here, just rock forward and back. We're going to do Bulgarians, but with a hip dominant focus. So right leg will be in front of this trunk over here. and you will only slightly bend the knee as you hinge forward, as opposed to a more squatty Bulgarian. It will be more this kind of motion, this big hip hinge. Make sense? Right after that, we're going to do hip thrusts. So the person who's working will do 2 sets back to back and then take a nice long break. I'm going to spin that around. So otherwise, that's going to dig into our back.
Okay.
Switch legs.
We're gonna make it. Right?
Yeah. So appropriate height for Bulgarians is something like that, or a couch. Couch is best, I would say, because it kind of softly contours the foot, and then when you spin around, you put your back on it for your hip thrusts. It's just a nice soft landing. You don't want to be so far forward where it's like, you feel like you're going to slide off, but you also don't want to be so far up onto the thing that it's like digging into your middle back. It should be right around the shoulder blades. The arms are just hanging on like this, so they're just kind of bracing you. If you really feel yourself falling, you can put them up, but you don't want to rely on them. You don't want to think of pushing yourself with each rep. 4 more. 3 more. Okay, one more thing while we're here. Up you go, like so. Now in this position, let's just march. Right, left, simple as that. This should be easy-ish. Just further waking things up, getting them glutes and hams and quads to fire. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I know what you're gonna do. I know you're up to something.
I think
I
you
can
were gonna
sense
do
it.
something.
Now I sense it.
I thought you were gonna do something.
That's exactly what you would say to this what?
Ow.
Maybe a little. Yeah. Definitely. Absolutely. All right, so observe. Got the trunk. This is to make things nicer on the foot, and then for the hip thrusts, it will be nicer on the back. If you only have something hard, this is the way to go. All right, so I got my right leg in front. Okay. Hip dominant Bulgarian. See that? It's more like a deadlift. I'll show you what a deadlift would look like. The barbell here. Boom. Okay, this is a squat. See, it's a more upright. This is a deadlift. That was more Romanian deadlift. Hang on. This is what a deadlift would look like. That's what we're doing on our Bulgarian today. You see that? So it's just much more hammy. Hammy. This would be a regular Bulgarian. This is a hammy Bulgarian. Okay, you're gonna do 10 of those. If that's too challenging, you can hold on to something and just make it small. But let's do 10 to warm up. And then you're gonna drop right down to the ground. Upper back is there. And then hip thrust. Okie dokie. Do 10 of these, and then you'll switch. You should feel the glute. The glute, the booty. You should feel the booty. Al's turn. A very hip dominant Bulgarian. Let's see what you got. Yeah. Jump back your front foot 1 inch. Yup. Not bad. Bend the front leg even less. The front leg even less bend. Yeah, that's it. So you might not feel a hamstring stretch. In fact, I know you won't. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're talking about. See, because Alice has such flexible hammies, she can get down there no problemo. She could do that with a locked knee, but we don't want to do a locked knee or a close to straight knee. That would be a full-on Romanian Bulgarian. That much Eastern European, you're going to want to go get your sodium levels checked. They eat a lot of fermented foods and, cured meats. So that's one is enough, a Romanian or a Bulgarian. not both. There you go. The hip thrust does not have a name, an eponymous place associated with it. Good, scram. All right, my warm up for my left leg. So the right is up, big forward lean. It's an almost vertical shin. That's another thing that distinguishes a hip dominant squat or a deadlift to a more knee dominant. This would be, see my knee went more forward. Now my shin is more perpendicular. It's as if the barbell was here and I'm just going boom like that. If you ever do deadlift in the gym and you want to do single leg, as long as you cannot use this one too much, which you really can't anyway, you can't do a whole lot. One, two, how much weight are we gonna use? Are you gonna use the judge or El Monstro?
Probably definitely the judge.
Probably definitely the judge.
Not TBD on El Monstro. I'm not sure last time we did something similar. I did use El Monstro.
I want to say you're no stranger to El Monstro.
Wrong side. I was going to repeat that side. It's so silly that you would do that.
Right,
You
so.
want to put on your pants?
Huh?
You're putting it up the pants.
Hey, Brian's on. Hey, Briceps. You gonna do deadlifts with us? I mean, Bulgarians with us? Wait, I see it. No, you're doing it. Hands. Wait, me?
Here. Do you need them?
No, there will be no band behind the knees. But thank you for asking. Brian, we're doing Bulgarian, but with a hip dominant focus. It's a big old forward lean. Then we're going right into single leg hip thrusts. Same working leg. And then you take a break. Sean, why? Why are we doing these things? Why? Because by pre-exhausting the hamstring, the butt has to work extra hard when it does the hip thrust. It's also less likely to make your hammy cramp. In my experience, it doesn't really happen to moi, but it happens to a lot of clients. They get hamstring cramps when they try to do bridges. Just a regular floor bridge, their hammy seizes up. Some will use the phrase gluteal amnesia. That's kind of been disproven. Or rather, it's just there's not really like EMG or any evidence to show that the glute literally doesn't work. But something's going on with people. Either they're very sedentary, or who knows what it is. All right, so you see what's going on? This big forward lean, boom. But anyway, in a bridge, your hamstring is shortened. Your glute is supposed to do the work, but then people feel their hamstrings spasming. Not only that, it's not only doing a lot of the work, it's cramping up on them. The reason it's probably cramping up is it's already shortened because your knee is bent. Like right now my knee is bent at the bottom, but because I'm so forward leaning, I still have tension in my hamstring. I'm basically negating the slackening. Bending my knee slackens my hammy, but leaning over keeps it taut. So my hammy lifts me up. I'm gonna do one more. Now I'm gonna kick this band away. And I'm gonna do my things, my hip thrusts. All right, whereas in a bridge, it doesn't really change length quite as much. So the hope is booty is doing everything at the top here. There. I lost count.
How many were you going for?
A number. Fatigue, burning.
How many should I go for?
15-ish. I would say 15 and 15 should be your goal here. Okay, Al's turn. So anyway, sometimes the hope is when you've tired out a muscle so much, it will just not be recruited. the brain will turn to other stuff to do the work. Now you're going to say, but Sean, doesn't the butt work here? Absolutely. However, it's not working as much. It would work harder if we went into a full squat like that. The butt works to lift us up out of the bottom of a squat. The butt also works big time to do that, to do extension and then especially hyperextension of the hip. Good. So long story short, on the Romanian, you should feel your hammy get exhausted earlier. If you really wanted to strictly do this, the pre-exhaust technique, you would just do leg curls, take the butt out of the picture completely. Go, Allie. Yeah, that's you. So look at that dismount. A ninja.
That's a little tipsy sideways, but thank you for noticing.
Forget the quicker way to. Yeah, no, it's this way. I remember now. Help me. Thank you. Arrgh. If you're trying to figure out where your front foot should go, at the bottom of the movement, you should feel like you're not having to reach your knee to be in line with the shoelaces. So if my foot was farther out in front, see now I'm having to try to push my knee, and now if it's too far back, it's making me stick my butt back too much. You want your shin to pretty effortlessly stay vertical. And remember, neutral spine. So even though I'm doing this big forward lean, it's not a rounding. I'm not going this way. I'm going that way. I'm going to do 2 more. Oh no. What had happened? All right. How's the judge treating you?
Judge treating well. I will definitely be able to do a monstro.
Yeah, you will.
But only because I'm short. So this isn't straight.
Don't be short with me.
Why? But yeah, I mean, I feel it. Like it's, I'm not like saying like, oh, I don't feel anything. Oh my gosh, like no, I feel a lot. I just like am aware of what I believe in.
Here's a question. What's more important? Feeling the muscle working, or loading it to the point where you just can't do more than another rep or two? Hitting mechanical fatigue, exhaustion, failure. The answer is yes. They are both important. Both will trigger hypertrophy and strength. Sometimes people just enjoy feeling the muscle working, and to them I say, bravo, keep at it. But also, just because you don't feel something burning, working, whatever, does not mean you're not getting anything done. You absolutely are. Very good. She's a good Bulgarian. What do you think Bulgarian as a verb will enter the dictionary?
Depends on who's starting the dictionary. Enough CrossFitters reach out to Webster.
Yeah, CrossFitters, I think they Bulgarian. Depends on the box. Like they're bigger, they're more into deadlift, squats, clean, jerk, snatch.
Yeah.
They do lunge, or at least they did. They do sled work. Yeah. For those joining us on Insta, if you're still there, Brian, We're also on YouTube, which I think is better. I think the playback's better, but it also like lets you rewind and pause and all that jazz, at least after the fact. Okay, round 2. This will be we're gonna do 3 rounds of this. This is the bulk of the work today.
Exciting.
I was on the fence, but I've decided that's how we're doing it. Just a whole lot.
Okay, so
Why am I setting up over here?
I don't know. Okay, so we have, this is round 2.
Round 2.
Okay, and we have 3
rounds.
Okay,
So
great.
Beginning round 2. And now I've gone with El Monstro. Oh, I know why. I want to start down and then I'm going to put my foot up. Yes. That is the good stuff. It's already on my person. Oh, can you give me the kettlebell? Hey. Come up with a Halloween costume that use these. Partly because I can write it off, but also there has to be something. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna hold it down here because I wanna further encourage it being a forward lean. If I hold it upright, I could do that. That would be more like a good morning or a Zercher. Either is fine. You just don't want it to turn into like a goblet squat or front squat or even back squat. Whoa! Okay. Guess I'll finish with that. 2 more. Oh, no, 0 more. Oh. That was hard. Brian, that was very hard. Uh, 11. What comes after 13? It's this one. 15. Al's turn.
Alright.
You gonna kettlebell too? No obligation to buy. Try it as long as you like.
And you just hold it in the gauntlet?
No, at the bottom.
The bottom, okay.
Or, I mean, you can throw behind the back like a good morning, or a Zercher if you want, but that's a little weird with that thing.
Okay. It's twisted. It's so funny because I know you squat down to get it,
Yeah,
but for me, it was
you like to just boop.
yeah, and then
That
press
kind
it.
of makes more sense,
But
actually.
but I think it's because you're so tall. You're so much taller than me. Like this is like, but yeah.
I think she has a point. I'm going to try her way next.
I'll try your way next.
I think my way is inferior.
We'll find out because you'll mention.
So again, 15-ish and 15-ish. Like the age of the students that Priest was going after. No, wait, it wasn't
He
Priest.
wasn't a priest.
It was some other guy. Yeah, that's a little old for Priest. Oh, hey, be nice. There you go. Okay, good, good. Quite good. That's legal, what she did. Now, the thing about the arm that's down, you could make a strong case for putting a little bit of tension in your lat, keeping your shoulder depressed like this, not letting it drift forward, and slightly pushing back, just to where it's kind of over the laces of your shoe, your front shoe. Ooh, you're gonna hip thrust the kettlebell.
Mhm.
This girl is a powerhouse. Yes. I have to remember that these are flipped. I always forget that. It's your right leg, but it looks like your left in the thing.
Woof. That was awesome. Yeah, you know why I switched hands? Because I was getting, as I was getting tired, I was noticing the right leg, like I was getting wobbly. Like, okay, well, let me see how it is with the other hand, and then I got wobbly the other way. So then when I held in the center, it bounced me a little
Gotcha.
bit, so then I could push for the last few.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like just to play with it.
No, wait, that's not. Why does that look like your left leg? And yes, I agree. Play with it.
Step on it with your left leg.
Yeah, no, that works. Oh.
Good job.
One more. Oh, it's horrific.
It's great. Imagine, go home to the set.
I don't know why I agreed to that. It's the worst decision I've made in hours. Should we wear our masks? Doesn't that set a bad example? Okay. I don't know where you've been.
If we were outside, if we were in a gym, you best believe I'd be doing these things. If we had other guests in our house, you best believe I'd be doing these things.
We would be masked.
There's, yeah. I'm not a science denier or a conspiracy theorist. I'm a person of love. And the worst case, I've gone out of my way to protect people.
There you go.
It's the worst case.
Worst case scenario.
Right? Best case is it actually does what we all know and science says it does. But worst case.
Worst case, you wasted 30 cents in detergent washing the things.
Right.
Worst case, you itched a little bit, you put a little chinny chin, you scratching the chinny chin because it itches so bad. Worst case for a lot of these hillbillies is they had to smell their own breath. I get it, they're missing teeth. Their breath is probably stinky.
Ooh.
That's where bacteria and decay. They have rotting mouths. Of course, their breath stinks. There you go. All right. Oh, I forgot you used the thing to do your. So I guess now I have to do that on my set. You up the ante. I'll see your kettlebell. You know, it's illegal in movies. You know, they always, I'll see you this and raise you this. Most poker rules, you're not allowed to do that. You just raise. you bet 100, and I want to see your 100 and raise you another 100. I'm just supposed to go raise and put in another 100. This, because otherwise, there could potentially be like, cheating. Okay. What's happening here? Oh yeah, I'm sticking with the blue. Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
add
Another band.
I'm just teasing. I wouldn't
There's the
say.
part of me that thinks maybe I'll have you stand there and pull me back, all kidding aside. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? The day's young. Oh wait, no, I'll just face this way. Yeah, you'll be in the corner.
Okay.
Ah. All right, look how dumb I'm gonna be. I'm gonna have Alice pull me with this. So now, 2 vectors. Look at all this craziness, all these vectors. Okay, so, oh yeah, you put this on first. Oh! This takes me by surprise how damn heavy that thing is. Okay. Remember again, it's forward leaning, so she's gonna pull me back. Go for it, go to town. Do your worst. All right, here I go.
For reals, if this purple band broke, I would fall down.
You go into the closet.
I'm totally like leaning.
If you go into that closet, let me know if you find Lindsey Graham in there.
Ooh.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Oh. Release me.
Your thrust on.
See what's going on? We're doing hip thrusts with the kettlebell. Oh.
2 more.
Okay, but without the bell. I'll do it through now. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh.
Good job.
What you doing?
Waiting for you.
Oh.
Are we doing this whole vector thing for me?
Roger, Vector.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like it has an almost stabilizing effect. You should be scared. Here, I'll just get it around first. Save time.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, is this gonna mess up because the band is under the other?
No.
We'll find out once we start.
That's what yours was.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna mess up. Is that here just got ripped out by this band?
Pleasant.
Yes.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready for me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you ready for me?
Uh-huh.
All right, back I go. How's that tension?
That's good.
Okay. How far were you in relation to the edge of the carpet? Like where was the band? You're sliding that thing. I think this is probably good. Good. I'll stop that from going anywhere. Good.
Huh. All right.
It was a hard workout.
Yeah.
Good. Yep, right leg. There you go.
Yeah, this is a hard workout. It's good. I'm enjoying it.
Remember, folks, I know I'm telling you late, but it's always right leg, left leg, left leg. Don't do one then the other. You know, like switch like at the same in the same set. Take the break in between. Good. I like to think my yawning inspires Alice. Okay. That's an equalizer. That's you could say the band's, you know, because I'm taller, it's harder, but 28 pounds is 28 pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I know. All right. What is different this time? What did I do? It's right.
Yes. And you're gonna step on it.
Yeah, this is right.
Uh-huh. You're gonna step on it with your left foot.
Ugh. Yeah, it's terribly uncomfortable. Ugh. All right, yeah, go for it.
This way good?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
What?
The thing sliding. Stop you from sliding.
Thank you. One more. Lord have mercy.
Enough.
Excruciating.
Put that kettlebell on and do some hip thrusts. Yeah. Kettlebell on.
Do some hip thrusts. Yeah. My client likes to shout a lot and be like, "Ah!" And one time I laughed. She said, "Ignore it. I'm the type that the louder I am, the less in pain I am. Like if he's silent, he might really be hurting."
That's very funny.
He has a story about heating something up in a microwave. He was at somebody's home, and he didn't want to let on that he had burned himself, so he just kind of went and put it down, didn't make a peep, and like, yeah, that's interesting. The person telling a story just went slowly, made his way to the sink, ran some water. Like horrible burns, like they turn green, like those kind of burns.
Oh my God.
Didn't make a peep.
Right. That's really funny. That's terrible.
Okay.
And why you wouldn't just tell them that you.
I didn't want to embarrass them. I think they had selected the time.
Right.
Like they had.
Okay, I'm gonna see the first time you went, and we did this, and we were on this angle more.
Yes.
It didn't slide. Here, hand down.
Is that going to be enough room?
I mean, for me, yeah.
Oh.
They are.
All right. I'm gonna back up now.
Uh-huh.
How's that tension?
Is it good? It's good. Do you have enough room?
I think it's about the same.
Okay.
Good. You got 15?
Uh-huh. That was 10.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Good.
holy moly. Was that 15 or 14?
That's 15.
Okay.
In fact, I think when you said it was 10, I think it was like about 12.
I don't think so. I think it was 10.
All right. Last set of hippies.
What are we doing next, buddy?
Nordics. Remember Nordics?
Ten.
Oh, here it goes.
Oof.
Yeah.
Woof. Woof, woof, woof.
Wolf is right.
All right. Good stuff.
So, if you have a really hard surface to put your heels under which to put your heels, do that. If you don't, somebody has to kneel on you or sit on you or just really hard hold your feet in.
We have both.
We have both. So, Sean, you really like supersets, don't you? Yeah, I do. I do. We do them all the time because it gives you more bang for the buck. It just does, okay? Do you have to do them? Yes. Ugh. Okay, so the band around my knees, that's for the next exercise. For quick access. Ah! Okay. Heels are under this thing. I dig into it. I go as far as I can, and then I come back. You can go all the way down if you want, or you can do this version where you like fold, but I'm partial to the where you just go as far as you feel you can keep yourself. I don't want to arch. I want to keep my pelvis neutral. I'll show you the wrong way for a second. See, I folded and I arched. Don't fold and arch. Reminds me of that Notre Dame fire. That's where the arch folded. Oh, so dark today. I'm gonna do 2 more. Okay.
Good job.
Now, I'm just gonna hold the bridge, feet are wide, and just stretch this thing. You can use your mini band, or 2 or 3. Put a whole bunch of them on. You're just trying to stretch it as far and as hard as you can. Stay in that bridge. If you can, have your head up. You can put it on pillows, or you can hold it. I forgot about that at the beginning of my set.
What's that? I mean, the head up to.
Has to do with just making your glutes work a little bit more. So when you go like this, it can let you arch here. Ugh.
Right. So I'll get my yoga mat ready for my head.
Yeah, there you go.
And like that.
Oh, that was a hard workout.
Tis.
Yeah.
Right?
My phone came out.
You might need to be cameraman just a little bit if you want to be on it, but I don't mind not being on it.
Oh yeah, I missed by a mile.
Well, no, I shifted.
Oh, for the second thing. Got it. Got it.
I played cameraman.
So you say cameraman,
Camera person.
but the more appropriate modern term would be drone.
It's funny how the two
I know.
different things.
I know
You
that.
should have, Matt, actually. I should say camera person now. You- Why doesn't a man do that to me?
I don't know why I did it like that. There you go. Woo!
That is impressive, though, that depth. Yeah.
You know, when you do it, you feel like you're moving so little.
Yeah.
Right.
It looks bigger than it. I mean, it feels smaller than it is. And that's the thing. Like the people who do it wrong make it look like there a lot more is going on. Nice.
Let me go to the block. Let me see some better. Please. Bessie.
Could be onto something.
So I want to see if I squeeze in as well.
Yeah. Call me crazy. Think you got lower. Yeah, it's good to me.
And I'm able to pull myself back up without doing the little.
Yeah.
But
Is-
man, I got one more in me.
Do you feel your hammies more doing with the block? Because the only reason I would be skeptical or whatever about it is if it changes the recruitment pattern in a weird way. But I see nothing wrong at first glance. There's a machine at these things that used to exist called gymnasiums. It's a long word. Called the GHR, the glute ham raise, and it let you do Nordics, but with like you could change it to where it was just for back extension. You just do that, or Nordics where you could kind of do your whole body like that. I don't know what you were supposed to get from me doing this snaky thing with my hand.
And I know what it wasn't. That ain't no fish.
I didn't know fish. Very good. Whole lot of reps going on. All right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna start my next set. Oh wait, no, I'm not. I'll wait. I didn't want to rush you.
It's okay. I already set my number and I did my number.
And actually, I think this time I'm gonna have you hold me down,
Okay.
just because I'm curious if what changes.
Great.
I'll try your trick too with the block.
I know you don't. Okay. I know you don't care for your knees are different than mine. Oh wait, you don't want to face that way.
No, that's
Okay.
nice.
Right, squeezing in really it does fire in the hammies too. You're getting lower. Lift your tailbone, pelvis up to your belly button.
Oh my god, it hurts so much. One more. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, that's hard.
Put your head in that block.
And actually, this time, would you be so good as to hand me the kettlebell? Ugh. All right. Here we go. Clunk. Oh, I forgot what I was doing.
Making sure you're gonna get it versus drop it on him. And you're doing great. You're doing a really great job, buddy.
All right, your turn.
I'm gonna take this. I'm still gonna use mine over here.
Right.
Because I don't want you to tell me, push up to my hand, push up to my hand.
I know.
That's what you tell me.
It is.
And I'm like, but why?
Oh. Beat myself up. I am much sore.
I'll let you guys see him.
Work was accomplished.
Work.
And the good news is we are nearly done. We have one more finisher to do. So, while she's doing this, I'm gonna set up this thing to show you how it gonna work. We've done it before.
I'm gonna try. You can turn this if you want.
No, I'll be over here. We call it the band belt. If you have multiple bands, take your, you could argue for either direction, but heavy one is going around me, okay, so where the two loops are here in front of me. Then you take your next heaviest band, possibly two of them next to each other to make up for if you don't have these really heavy ones. By the way, if you do decide to get yourself an extra heavy one, I encourage it. This pandemic ain't going away anytime soon.
And they're awesome.
And they're awesome regardless.
They really just are awesome. They're awesome at the gym. They're awesome wherever you are.
Yeah, Halloween
Vacations.
costumes,
Vacation.
that's a good
Bring
point.
them up.
So if this isn't enough weight, whatever bands you're using, you can feed another one through. So there will be two hanging like that, and then you just put them under your feet. Okay. What are you doing over there?
I'm good. I'm going to do my last one.
Great. So she's gonna do her thingamabobs. We're gonna do a nice long march. Oh, we're at the 58-minute mark on the YouTube video. That means the Insta is just about to cut off.
You should start.
So try to keep it even. See, I've got my left foot in. Now I put my right foot in. I do the hokey pokey. All right. And now I'm marching. Sometimes we do this at the beginning of the workout. Today we're doing it at the end. We're treating it as a finisher. Now, notice it is a forward lift of the knee. It is not kicking back like that. It's a little march like this. And I'm trying to lock out the knee that's down. Okay, it's not done in a squat. It's done with a lock knee. But do keep your pelvis slightly tucked and slightly, forward. So don't be in a big old arch like that. Be like that. This thing is helping kind of tuck your pelvis if you let it. Just don't let it fall off. I'm starting to feel a burn. Now, could you also add like lateral walks? Yeah, I've played with that. If you want to do that kind of thing and look even stupider. This exercise is really good to do in the privacy of your own home because at a gym you get a lot of, what is that for?
And my favorite song to sing while doing this.
We rap.
Get kicked
You're
off.
right, we'll get kicked off. I still think it was good. Triggered it. or in the building. I think it was the bar.
And
I think YouTube hears the we can't hear. Did they pick up the beat or something? And it's the algorithm, just or whatever, the search.
Maybe.
You know, Google's good at search. I don't know if you heard that.
Well, I always feel like a lollipop. I'm doing the Lollipop Kids dance for the welcoming to Munchkin Land while I do these.
If you want, you can also do this at the end. You can squat and then just hike your hips. Do a few of those guys. So I'm gonna finish with a few of them. Yeah, you shared the story. She says, "Who are you talking to?" I'm gonna do this till failure again. Oh, which is already here.
You're doing great, Sean.
Done.
Dunzo.
Al's turn.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Clean me up, Tom.
Oh, it feels good to be done. Well, Alice does her last set. I'm going to apply lip balm.
Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great workout.
Yeah, good job, everybody. I'll let YouTube continue to play for a moment so they can get one more visual demo of how this thing is assembled. See, she slides it through.
Slide it through. Do little stirrups for myself, and then squeeze it in the center so that I'm not messing up the stirrups. Squat a little bit.
There you go.
Get it around both feet. I like more towards the bottom of the feet. Then I stand up. Push it down a little bit on the sacrum.
Correct.
It didn't really go anywhere, so I'm going to get my fingers and get it under.
If it's really stuck,
Stretches.
you can kind of sit to put it into position, but it's kind of hard. Once it's on there good.
Oh, it's a nice little stretch for the torso.
Yeah.
Lengthening out here.
102.15. So you started at 102. Let's see how long you go. I went for 8 minutes. I was timing myself. I'm known to inflate. Do you know, Alice, why women are so bad at parallel parking? Because for their whole lives, men have been telling them that this is 12 inches.
I'll give you that.
That's, you've done 53 seconds, 7 and 7 seconds to go for 8 minutes to tie my total. Together, we'll have done 16 minutes at that point. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Do you still think they have like dance-a-thons?
Who's they? And did they ever? What is
So I don't ever.
Oh, where they would dance for days?
Or like, or nights,
yeah, they
like-
shoot horses, don't they? That story.
You shoot horses?
That's the name of that movie, I think, that deals with that stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never heard that. So this is the thing. It's like I've never actually heard of one happening in real life. But like as a kid, and in all of these like old shows,
Yeah.
they always talk about like the dance-a-thon.
Yeah.
And like Golden Girls, they had one, and like all these like Happy Days. I don't even know, but I just remember like, and I've never actually heard of one in real life. So I'm just curious if it like.
It could be two different things. I'm thinking of, I think it was like a Depression era thing where they would like have a dance-a-thon. The last couple standing won a prize.
Yeah.
And I think that was that movie. Dealt with
Okay.
that stuff.
Yeah, like it's like that's and so I
You've
guess
done
maybe
2
they
minutes.
did exist in like the Great Depression era and like, other things, and you just had to like stay dancing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like in Greece where they had like a dance contest. It was like no, you just had to keep dancing.
And this is before MDMA.
Yeah, Coca-Cola had real cocaine.
That's true. So there's those trade-offs.
Well, you've done a lot. I don't know what to tell you. You are at 104.44. You've been
I
going
think
for.
we're good. Let's play it out.
Looks like you could just do this all day. I don't know what to
No.
tell you. I'm gonna have to get on your back next time. All right, people still watching. Good work. Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, maybe, or the next day.
Bye tomorrow.